we're going to talk about paint real quick. So I painted these barrels right here with Duplicolor Gloss White. And I learned a lesson the last time I did this. If I've ever had trouble with paint, it's usually been with something like this or a less expensive paint. They'll give me trouble before an automotive grade paint like this. If I ever use automotive grade paint like this stuff that's been mixed for the purpose of painting, or touching up a car, rarely ever have trouble with this stuff. Of course, you're going to pay, this is 30 bucks a can right here, versus 10 for that. But the last time I had a FUBAR, one of the die-cast lab members said, "Here's your problem, Eric, you're doing it wrong." And I'm like, well, yeah, no kidding. But went on to explain it, and it was very helpful. And I followed the guidance to the letter, and I have had really good luck. So here's what I've done. These barrels I painted over the weekend, like Saturday or something, and I painted one coat, stuck it in front of my heater so it'd be dry to the touch. Once it was dry to the touch, I went and shot another coat until it was fully white. So all the parts were covered, right? And then it's been curing here since Saturday. So today's Tuesday. So he had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and most of Saturday. So it's just been sitting there curing. Because what would happen is I would do that same thing I just explained, but then I would, like on Sunday, I'd come back and I'd put decals on and then I'd clear coat it and the paint would wrinkle and it would make a mess and I'd have to start over. And he says, what you're doing is you're just getting, and I know I'm impatient. I just work too fast sometimes. I know it's a habit of mine, but that's the way it is. But I'm learning. So he says, let that fully cure for 48 hours or longer, 36 hours, and then apply your decals and then your clear coat. And I did that on practice over here with the breast cancer and the brain cancer ribbons on it. It was flawless. Worked perfectly. It was really, really cool. So that was what we're doing right here. So I shot my paint. This has been chilling out for 4 days. We're going to shoot our color tonight, and then we'll come back, put decals on it, clear coat it, and then we're ready for assemble. So that's going to be really cool. So that's the bit on paint. Okay, one more bit on paint. The color I'm using here is Susan G. Komen Pink. And the paint coat, do I have a paint coat on here? Well, anyways, this is breast cancer pink, I guess. I painted a Freightliner, a solid pink this color with some ribbons on it and stuff like that a year or more ago. Anyways, the brand code is 942490, but it does not have the actual paint code on here, just the brand code. But Susan G. Komen Pink. So if you want this color, this is what we've done. So I already used some of this paint already, and I went ahead and thinned. I used a reducer, so I used about half an ounce out of this, and then I poured the rest of it full of reducer. So it's not as thin as I'd normally shoot. Normally I like my paint to be about the consistency of water when I run it through my airbrush. And like I said, normally I'll mix it up a cup, but this was already thin enough that it goes through the brush. And for no more than what we're doing, I think it's going to work fine. But we'll give it a go. I know I've used thicker stuff before. And it's went through. Now here's the real question. This has been sitting here in the cup for about 30 minutes because I wanted everything ready for you guys so you wouldn't have to wait around on me. So let's see if it actually paints worth the darn. Okay, I'm going to grab a rubber glove so I can, if I want, I don't have to worry about getting on my hands. Normally I wear a respirator. Tonight I'm not. Okay. So we're just going to shoot color right over the white on this one. So we'll hit that again. After we're going to paint all the other parts, and then we'll hit that one again. Now you might notice that I haven't painted the fenders fully. They're going to be black. I'll come back with a paint pen and make these fenders the proper color, so I don't really care if they're fully pink or not right now. Just making sure I haven't missed any parts. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, done. And finally. So on this one, I'm going to just paint the tops of these and the sides pink, and then I'll have to come back and touch up everything with a paint pen because I've removed some of the black on these fenders when I wiped off the white paint last time. The center of this here, that's going to be covered up by the barrel, so we're going to paint it anyway. And that's that. Did notice one spot here. There we go. So let that hand dry, and then we're ready to do another coat. Now, one thing, I don't know if you can see this or not. Look how much paint is in the cup. This was a full cup. Well, you can see the paint level right there. And we shot all of those parts with just this tiny quantity of paint, and that is because this is thick. If I had thinned this up, we'd have burned through the whole cup. And you know, it's never too late to thin paint. If you're not satisfied with the results, you just pour it back in your container, add a little more reducer, or you can add reducer to the cup, mix it up a little bit, and then it'll still work. Anyways, here we go. We'll start where we began, or start over where we left off. Okay, we're just going to thin that up a little bit. So I'm not real happy with that at the moment. I always like to have newspaper in my cabinet, that way I can test spray on it, and all the overspray goes on that paper, and then I can kind of clean it out real easy all at once. Works really well. Okay. We'll do the barrel again. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I got a little carried away spraying, and I dripped a little right here, so I blended a little more paint over into that spot, just to blend those lines together. Okay, here we go.
last but not least. And that's it, my friends. We are done.